This is Ben Llywelyn. Pnawn da I chi, mae'n dda I chi gweld chi eto ac heddiw dwi'n siarad am bapur newyddion. Hi, it's good to see you again. Today I'm talking about a Welsh language newspaper. And what you're getting today in this video is I'm going through a Cymro, this newspaper here, and translating the headlines for you and explaining what these words mean in Welsh. Hey, hit that subscribe button. So as I said, the name of this paper is a Cymro, and this comes out every month as its own newspaper. You can find it in shops, and you can get it online and have it ordered or delivered to your home. I'll put a link down there below for you. But what a Cymro means is the Welshman. If it was a woman, it would be a Gymraes. But like most languages in the Indo-European family, if you don't know the gender, it defaults to the male, so a Cymro. And that bit underneath it, Papur Cenedlaethol Cymru, the national paper of Wales. And over on the left-hand side, Medi. Medi is the word for September in this month that I'm filming this in. Okay. So let's move on then. What about the top bit? That's misoedd ers datgan neges y traeth a does bron I ddim wedi newid. Let's dissect that piece by piece. Misoedd, months, ers datgan. So that's since declaring or stating. And that ers, you have two forms of this. It means since. And if it's an s at the end, it's more specific to a date or an event. Without the s, it's more abstract. And neges y traeth means the message of the beach. And this is referring to a past edition in which people came together to protest on the beach about holiday homes erasing their communities. So what's the last bit? A does bron I ddim wedi newid. That means and next to nothing. Bron I ddim, next to nothing. Wedi newid has changed. So months since declaring the beach message, and nothing has changed since then. A bit angry there. So going down, what's this bit here say? Mae'n cymunedau yn parhau I fod yn ddiamddiffyn ac mae peryg i'r Gymraeg ddiflannu fel iaith fyw. So the first bit of that, mae'n cymunedau, our communities, and parhau I fod, continuing to be, yn ddiamddiffyn, defenseless. Ag mae'n peryg, and there's a danger, i'r Gymraeg ddiflannu, for the Welsh language to vanish fel iaith fyw, as a living language. A lot of this edition of the paper is about a lot of people coming into the Welsh-speaking areas, buying up holiday homes, and local people not having a chance to live there. Underneath you have Ail o Rymdaith o Lyn I Gaernarfon. So this is a second procession, a protest of people traveling or walking from Llyn, the peninsula, I Gaernarfon, to Caernarfon. And then ymateb i'r ymgynghoriad newydd, a response to the new council. And then you have this sign on the front page there. It says hawl I fyw adra. That means a right, hawl, I fyw, to live. And then the last bit's a nice word to know. Fyw adra. Adra. At home. You don't need the word at, because adra is everything in the same word. So you could say, hey, where's your blanket? Adra. At home. It's just one word for that. Moving on down below, you have Deunaw mis Degensail wrth I lyfr ymwelwyr barhau. Now this is a good one. There's a couple good things for you here. Deunaw mis. That means 18 months. And you'll notice that mis is singular. It's not plural. After numbers in Welsh, things are singular. And Deinau literally means 2 nines. It means 18. Deinau mis. Degensail is a good word. It means unprecedented, without precedent. It's never happened this kind of thing before. Wrth I leave as the flow, and that wrth suggests that something's happening. As the flow of the ymwelwyr, the visitors, barhau continues. And if it wasn't mutated, it would be parhau, a P. But because the ymwelwyr, the visitors, are acting upon it, it's parhau. So let's go down to this big word here. Eryri dan warchau. This is a good one. Eryri is the native name for the biggest mountains in Wales. I would never normally use the English word for this mountain, this area in English, even when speaking in English, but since you're learning, I'll say it. It's Snedonia, but it's proper to just use Eryri rather than using a foreign word for the mountains there. And the other bits of this big, bold bit, Dan warchau, it means under siege. And that W there, it would have a G attached to it normally, but Dan is a preposition which causes a mutation to drop that G off. So anytime you see Dan, there's usually not going to be a G after it. But there may be in some cases because it changes C's to G's. Anyway, moving on. What's this one on the right here? Ship my delio ar y fath niferoedd sy wedi chwyddo cymaint ers y cyfnod clo. How is dealing is literally the first bit. How is dealing with? How to cope with. Fath niferoedd. Such numbers. Sydd wedi chwyddo. Which have is sydd wedi. And chwyddo literally means to inflate, to blow up with air, like a chest or a balloon. But we use that in Welsh a lot for numbers. They've inflated, they've blown up the number of tourists pouring into this area. And then cymaint ers y cyfnod clo. So much, there's ers again, since y cyfnod clo. And lockdown in Welsh is translated a bit differently. It literally means the period of the lock. Y cyfnod clo. So how to cope with such numbers which have blown up since the beginning of the lockdown period. And that TUD next to it is an abbreviation for Tudalen, which means page. At the moment, you should know, in Wales, there is a big issue. Second homes are driving people out of their communities. It's really damaging the language, and there's a big uproar about that with the coronavirus, which has pushed people out of the cities. And it's harming a lot of Welsh communities, and I think it's good for people to be aware of that. Felly, so if you enjoyed this video, hey, give it a thumbs up down there. That like really helps the algorithm. And let me know what you think down in the comments, or even what you would like in future videos, whether you want to go more into languages or the cultural side of linguistic cultures. Let me know. And we'll see you in the next episode. Diolch yn fawr iawn am wylio.